I love that because that draw from a greater radius that's a big part of our success on a per unit location. It's the reason our average sales volumes are so high, and are some of the best in class out there, because we draw from a larger audience that's willing to travel a little further. Well, the challenge that benefit creates is I can only put so many locations here before I start cannibalizing myself. And so we've got to look outside of our current marketplace, and we've got to look at new neighborhoods. So how do you do that responsibly? Well, I brought on a tool, a site selection tool. It's a web-based platform where they build out the engine.
Can you share that with us?
Yeah. So it's the company's called eSITE.
Okay.
And I've worked with a few different companies that play in that vertical of site selection analysis for retail brands. And there's a lot of things I liked about this one. I've not worked with eSITE before, but I really felt like they were a good fit for P. Terry's. They were probably as reasonable as you could get from a cost standpoint for all the vibrant data that it gives you. It's it's web-based, and you get to drive. They hand over the keys to you once they've built the machine out, so you can sit there and play all day with dropping pins on a map and seeing what the demographics, psychographics, co-tenants look like around that site to see if it's a good fit for you. And the most important part of the exercise they do on the front end when they're building out the engine, so to speak, on this thing to make it really smart for you, is they go back into they attach an API to your POS system at every current location. And they basically mine all the credit card data for the last year from all those locations. So they literally are looking at millions of transactions.
Okay.
They ended up looking at 1.3 million unique visitors to P. Terry's locations over the course of a year. And we're able to then go correlate that to census data and lifestyle data, segmentation data. And so now we know these 13 lifestyle segments out of the 70-something, locations, out of the 70-something segments that are out there that the U.S. gets split into, we know these 13 are the folks most likely to frequent a P. Terry's because our values would align and our interests would align.
So now you're going to look to see where those people are.
So all you're doing is saying, okay, that's your
avatar.
That's it. And so now where do those people reside in clusters that it makes sense to drop a P. Terry's down in?